These chilling clips come from a user known as Maximum Disclosure, who claims their home has become a hotspot for unsettling paranormal activity. Most of the disturbances seem to happen late at night, with one recurring phenomenon in particular: the sound of heavy footsteps slowly climbing the staircase. The thuds were so loud that the family finally decided to set up a security camera on the second floor, hoping to capture whatever was haunting their nights. In one recording, an eerie, shadow-like shape can be seen lingering near the bottom of the stairs. It's faint but distinct, the kind of detail that makes you watch the footage again, just to be sure your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. In another video, the camera captures an object at the bottom of the staircase, mysteriously shifting on its own. It happened in the dead of night, while every member of the household was sound asleep. The family is convinced this is the work of an unseen entity, possibly a spirit making itself known. One thing's for certain: whatever caused it is anything but ordinary. A TikTok creator known as Fernsandfog is known for sharing short, scenic clips from her travels, from serene lakes and sunny beaches to up-close encounters with wildlife. But on one trip to a picturesque waterfall, she unknowingly filmed something that may be far from peaceful. After capturing the rushing falls on video, she later reviewed the footage and noticed what appeared to be a mysterious figure standing directly beneath the pounding water. At the base of the falls, right where the water crashes down, the faint silhouette of a human-like shape becomes visible. There's no one physically standing there, yet the outline remains, shifting slightly, almost as if an unseen presence is being struck by the torrent. According to the TikToker, she was completely alone at the time. So what was it? A ghostly figure? An invisible entity? Whatever the answer, something strange was playing in the water that day. The Appalachian Mountains are among the oldest mountain ranges on Earth, and many believe they hide more than just natural beauty. They conceal some of the most chilling hauntings in the world. For generations, hikers and campers have whispered about ghostly encounters, unexplainable noises, and the unnerving sensation of being stalked by something unseen. In 2023, two campers ventured deep along a secluded trail within this vast wilderness. After several nights of relentless unease, convinced that invisible eyes were tracking their every move, they set up a night vision camera for answers. And at one point, camera captured something interesting. Watch closely. At first, the footage reveals nothing unusual, But as the camera slowly zooms into the shadowed tree line, a pair of glowing eyes emerges, fixed directly on the campers. The figure appears unnervingly tall, leading some to suspect a wild predator. Yet others believe this could be something far older, perhaps a restless spirit or supernatural entity that has lingered in these haunted woods for centuries. So what do you think was watching these campers in the darkness of the Appalachian Mountains? An animal? Or something far more terrifying? Share your thoughts below. This chilling photo quickly made its way across the internet, leaving viewers with an uneasy pit in their stomach. According to the Reddit user who posted it, the picture was taken during a weekend birthday trip by a quiet lakeside. It was a girls-only retreat. No children, just a small group of women enjoying a peaceful getaway. At one point, someone casually snapped a live photo near the glow of a campfire. But when the image was revisited later, something strange and deeply unsettling stood out. On the far right side of the frame, just behind two women sitting closest to the fire, the pale face of a child can be seen peering out. Its skin is ashen gray, completely untouched by the warm light of the flames that illuminated everyone else. No children were present at the gathering, and no one had any idea who this ghostly figure could be. Stranger still, when the live photo was played back, the iPhone's facial recognition system ignored the face entirely, as though it wasn't human at all. The uploader, known as RIP8Youth, admits they hoped to debunk the image at first, but the deeper they looked, the more it defied explanation. The question remains, was this an uninvited child, or something far more sinister? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This scary video was captured by a young man who had just moved into a new house with his family. His children had been telling him about seeing strange, shadowy figures drifting through the rooms, and both he and his wife had begun to experience odd sounds and movements they couldn't explain. One night, after his kids reported hearing unsettling scratching noises, he decided to investigate and followed the sound down into the dark, cramped boiler room. What exactly was that pale face peering out of the small window? Some believe it could have been an intruder secretly living inside the house without the family's knowledge. Others think it was a prank, perhaps a mask used by a relative or an acquaintance. But whether it was a joke or not, the idea of a stranger hiding in the basement, moving around in the shadows, is the kind of real-life horror that's just as chilling as any ghost story. This eerie clip comes from the Ghosts subreddit, posted by a user who goes by the name Low Flying Bee. According to their account, the footage was filmed by their friend's son. In the post, Low Flying Bee shares some chilling backstory. The home, where the family lives, once served as a regional doctor's office dating back to the pre-Civil War era. With its age and history, claims of ghost sightings and unexplained activity aren't exactly shocking. But on one particular night, while casually recording, the friend's son managed to capture something far more disturbing than he expected. If you watch closely, two shadowy figures can be seen gliding through the living room before making their way up the staircase. Their movement is subtle, yet unnervingly distinct, and doesn't line up with normal light changes or typical reflections you'd expect in a home. The video left countless viewers uneasy, with many admitting it gave them chills. Skeptics suggested it might be ordinary shadows caused by someone off camera or headlights from passing cars. But others insist the shapes and timing are far too precise to dismiss as coincidence. Whether it's a trick of light or genuine evidence of lingering spirits, one thing is certain. When you combine this unsettling footage with the property's haunted history, it's not hard to believe there could still be ghosts roaming these halls to this day. While working in an external storage warehouse for a nightclub in rural Spain, a man named Luis and his co-workers often felt as though something dark and menacing shared the space with them. Many reported hearing unsettling noises echoing through the hallways, even when they were certain no one else was around. On the night of June 30th, 2025, Luis was alone in the warehouse when the familiar strange sounds returned. This time, he decided to set his camera to record, only to discover later that he might not have been as alone as he thought. Did you catch it? Moments after a bucket is kicked into the center of the room, a dark shadow glides past the small window of the black door. Keep watching that same spot, and you'll notice the shadow doesn't just vanish. It keeps moving, as if pacing just out of sight. Something seems to slither across the confined space beyond. Luis explained that the area is strictly off limits, which is why he was there by himself that night.
Descolgamos ya el gancho para no tener broncas.
Luis had previously shown viewers the inside of the shadow-filled room. The door was locked from the outside, and aside from scattered debris, the space was completely empty. If no one else was in the building, where did those shadows come from? Could this tiny, locked room be the paranormal hotspot fueling the eerie activity? Or it might be something else. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This eerie clip comes from urban explorer and paranormal investigator Leo, who decided to visit a shop rumored to be haunted. Bringing along a friend, the two streamed the outing live for viewers on his profile. The shop itself was sealed off and surrounded by fencing, meaning they couldn't get inside, a frustrating obstacle for any urban exploration. Still, as they panned their cameras around the property, something unexpected appeared on Leo's live stream. Upon reviewing the footage later, they spotted a pale, ghostly face peering out from one of the windows. The sight sent shivers down their spines. The shop has been abandoned for years, with no one allowed inside, which led them to believe they may have captured one of the spirits said to haunt the building. The thought that a ghost was silently watching them from the shadows is the kind of nightmare fuel urban explorers never forget. A couple had been enduring a wave of unsettling paranormal activity in their home, so intense that they decided to leave for a few days just to get some relief. But as they were packing up to go, the husband glanced back toward the house and managed to snap a chilling photo. A face staring at him from one of the windows, which vanished almost instantly. Disturbed, they went back inside to investigate, hoping to find a rational explanation, perhaps a shadow or reflection. Instead, what they recorded inside the home only deepened the mystery.
Just doing a bit of the Ouija board and my key started moving, so I thought I'd just record it. It was just strange. I've had this before with the keys though, nothing new really. They moved just as I was putting the Ouija board on the table. There you go. Told you. And I don't really give a shit what you people think neither, because it's happening. Hello? Knock the keys off.
As they moved through one of the rooms, the dog began barking furiously while strange noises echoed around them, far too perfectly timed to dismiss as coincidence. Determined to capture proof, the husband opened his phone's camera app, and there it was. The faint figure of a ghostly woman stood silently in the corner watching. Without hesitation, the couple gathered their children and left the house for the weekend. Whether the spirit will still be there when they return remains an unsettling question. In May 2008, a Russian YouTuber named Ilya, then living abroad in Asia, uploaded a video that would go on to become an early legend of internet paranormal footage. It began innocently enough. He was home alone when a strange noise caught his attention, prompting him to start filming. What followed was a burst of intense poltergeist activity, so disturbing that it eventually drove him to abandon the home entirely. Though Ilya never provided an official backstory, viewers soon linked the haunting to a local legend, the tale of a lonely child who had died in the building decades earlier. According to the story, the spirit simply wanted someone to play with. Viewed through that lens, the rapid knocking captured on camera wasn't meant as a threat. The toy moving across the floor wasn't just random paranormal activity. It was an invitation to interact. But when that invitation went unanswered, the playful energy quickly twisted into aggression, escalating into a violent tantrum. Suddenly, a chair was hurled across the room. That explosive moment seemed to be the breaking point for Ilya. After uploading the footage, he vanished from YouTube for an entire year. When he finally returned, it was only to post a few travel vlogs from Asia, never again sharing paranormal content, before disappearing from the platform for good. A Reddit user by the name IlDiscipline3142 recently shared a spine-chilling clip to the Ghosts subreddit that quickly became a hot topic among paranormal enthusiasts. In the footage, a motion-activated camera set up in the backyard of the uploader's neighbor back in 2020. And what was captured on camera is really interesting. Let's take a look. From the darkness, a towering shadowy figure emerges, gliding past the camera before vanishing into the night without a trace. The uploader added unsettling context. The camera faced the rear of the property, directly toward a sprawling forest covering more than 10,000 acres. This means that at exactly 2:39 a.m., whatever this was had been walking from deep within the wilderness toward the street, with no light to guide it. Even after the figure disappeared, the camera's microphone continued, picking up strange noises for roughly 30 more seconds. Given the camera's placement, about 10 feet above the ground, the uploader estimated the entity's height at well over 9 feet. They stressed that the footage was completely unedited, and the figure's movement appeared unnervingly slow, almost deliberate. The forest is heavily protected, with virtually no hunters or night wanderers, making the sighting even more baffling. If the size estimate is accurate, whatever passed by was massive, far beyond the scale of any known local wildlife. Skeptics have suggested a person caught at a strange angle or a visual illusion caused by the infrared lens, while others believe it could be a prank. Yet the unsettling pace and haunting audio make that explanation difficult. Whether it was an unknown creature emerging from the depths of the forest or just a hoax, but definitely will haunt the viewers for days. A TikTok user named Mimi keeps a security camera mounted outside her home, overlooking the expanse of her backyard. Most nights, the feed is uneventful, rarely sending her any alerts. But one evening, a sudden notification made her freeze in place. And when she checked the footage, what she saw was nothing short of bone-chilling. In the shadows behind her house, the camera caught a faint, ghostly figure gliding across the yard. Emerging from the right side of the frame, the translucent shape crossed the grass before vanishing completely. Only a few unsettling details stood out. Long, dark hair, unnaturally pale hands, and black shoes. Features that made it hard to believe this was a living person. To this day, Mimi has no explanation for who or what drifted through her yard that night. During his routine night patrol at an aging, long-forgotten shooting range, a security guard encountered something that shook him to the core. Without warning, a mysterious figure seemed to materialize out of thin air. Startled and unsure of what he was witnessing, he instinctively pulled out his phone and began recording this strange event.
Amigo, no me puedo mover. No me puedo mover. A la ver. Su puta madre. Amigos, me está hablando, me está hablando.
The shadowy presence made no sudden movements, spoke no words. It simply lingered in place, almost as if it were silently observing him. Then, just as abruptly as it had appeared, the apparition faded into nothingness, leaving only the darkness behind.
¡Su puta madre! ¡Puta madre! ¡Vamos! ¿Dónde está?
The guard was left rattled, replaying the scene over and over in his mind. One second it was standing there, the next, it was gone. Some skeptics have dismissed it as a hoax or an elaborate prank, but others believe it could be a genuine case of paranormal activity. Perhaps even a restless spirit bound to the property. Whatever the truth may be, that night left a chilling mark.
¡Su puta madre! ¡Puta madre! ¡Vamos! ¿Dónde está?
Late one evening, at an abandoned school building in Russia, the security team spotted something unusual flickering across their surveillance monitors as they prepared to lock up for the night.
Ну, так спокойно.
И что на одном месте?
Мы все здороваемся с ним теперь.
Да, я ему говорю, привет.
Видишь ребенок?
Видишь, как ребенок.
Когда выходит на черное, его сильно вообще видно. Снимает. Иди сюда, мы же его... Мы забыли вывести, это можно
Вот,
уже на большой экран вывести.
Смотри, на большом экране.
Смотри.
Вот ходит, сейчас спустится, вон он идет, видишь?
Видишь? Вот здесь вообще как ребенок, смотри, да?
Капец, вообще, Люда, ты видишь?
Ну, конечно, вот и в телефоне
Да.
вот он тоже.
И в
вот
актовом
он
зале их там 3 штуки играют.
О, ничего
вечером.
себе.
Но они летают.
Они
Здравствуйте.
летают, как бы
Они там
играют.
не ходят, они
А
летают.
вон сейчас
летают.
уже на
А я подошла
стенке,
туда
на
к
стенке.
лестнице. К лестнице. Это включила, ничего не снимает телефон там.
On one of the cameras, a faint, shifting silhouette drifted near a dimly lit staircase. Some skeptics were quick to call it nothing more than a camera glitch, a trick of the light, or even strands of spiderweb catching the glow. But others were certain it was something far more unsettling. Perhaps the ghost of a former student or a lingering spirit moving silently through the halls.
Видишь ребенок?
Видишь, как ребенок.
Когда выходит на черное, его сильно вообще видно. Снимает.
The true nature of the apparition remains a mystery to this day, leaving the footage open to endless speculation and debate.
Ты видишь?
Ну, конечно, вот и в телефоне вот он тоже.
И в
вот он
актовом
написан.
зале их там 3 штуки играют.
О, ничего
вечером.
себе.
Но они летают.
A couple had been enduring a wave of unsettling paranormal activity in their home, so intense that they decided to leave for a few days just to get some relief. But as they were packing up to go, the husband glanced back toward the house and managed to snap a chilling photo. A face staring at him from one of the windows, which vanished almost instantly. Disturbed, they went back inside to investigate, hoping to find a rational explanation, perhaps a shadow or reflection. Instead, what they recorded inside the home only deepened the mystery. As they moved through one of the rooms, the dog began barking furiously while strange noises echoed around them, far too perfectly timed to dismiss as coincidence. Determined to capture proof, the husband opened his phone's camera app, and there it was. The faint figure of a ghostly woman stood silently in the corner watching. Without hesitation, the couple gathered their children and left the house for the weekend. Whether the spirit will still be there when they return remains an unsettling question. At just 13 years old, Callum already sensed that something was terribly wrong with his family's home. Strange cold spots, flickering shadows that didn't seem to belong to anyone, and that constant, unnerving sensation of being watched had plagued him for months. No one else believed him. His parents brushed it off as an overactive imagination, blaming too many late-night horror movies. Determined to prove them wrong, Callum came up with a plan. One quiet evening, he set his phone on record and called out to whatever spirit might be there, asking it to reveal itself.
Hi everyone, it's Callum Gamer here, and I'm here today for a video. I was gonna film me right now. I changed my mind. I was gonna film some weird shit in the bathroom, but it all stopped, so that's boring. Yeah, so I'm gonna. This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna pretend to contact the spirits. Hello, is there anybody there? There's somebody here. Can you move an object in the room, please? This isn't gonna work. There's somebody there. Can you please move an object in the room? Nothing's moved so far. I'll try one more time. If there's somebody there, can you please move it? What the f? 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 Very quietly get out the room now. Yeah, I'm going. What?
In the recording, after calmly repeating his request twice, a book resting on the counter suddenly slides and tumbles to the floor, as if pushed by unseen hands. There's no one nearby, no breeze, no logical cause. Callum flinches in shock, but somehow keeps the camera steady. Later, with his heart still racing, he replayed the clip and showed it to his parents the next morning. This time, they didn't laugh. They couldn't explain what they saw, and for the first time, they took his claims seriously. Now, they're exploring ways to cleanse the home, while Callum keeps his phone close, ready for the next time the ghost decides to make itself known.